You choose. Not, Lord, bless my plan. Not, Lord, support my agenda. Not, Lord, follow me into my battle. But, Lord, I surrender to your plan, your will, your strategy, and your timeline. God did not come to take sides. God came to take over. He'll choose who will be in command. Joshua 5:14. And he said, nay. But as captain of the hosts of the Lord am I now come. Joshua was the commander of Israel, but he had just met the commander of heaven. He may have been leading the people, but he was not the highest authority on the battlefield. There was one greater than Joshua, standing with a drawn sword, including Joshua's submission. This is why many have understood this passage as a Christophany, an appearance of the pre-incarnate Christ. He receives worship. He commands holy reverence. He speaks with divine authority. Joshua falls on his face before him. This was no ordinary soldier and no common angel. This was the captain of the Lord's host. The first lesson Joshua had to learn was this: victory begins when God is not merely included in the plan, but placed in command of the plan. Many people want Jesus as Savior, but resist Him as Lord. They want Him as helper, but not commander, comforter, but not king. They want Him to bless their decisions, but not direct their decisions. But Jesus does not come to be an accessory to our lives. He comes to be Lord over our lives. Joshua had a choice. He could keep holding the title of commander, or he could bow before the true commander. That same choice comes to us. Who has the final word in your life? Who gives the orders? Who sets the direction? It is one thing to say, Lord, walk with me. It is another thing to say, Lord, lead me. The Lord did not come to assist Joshua's campaign. He came to command Joshua's surrender. You choose who will be in command. You choose whose side you are on. Joshua 5:13-14. Art thou for us or for our adversaries? And he said, nay. Joshua asked what sounds like a fair question. Are you for us or for our enemies? But the Lord answers, nay. He does not say I am for you. He does not say I am for Jericho. He says, nay. In other words, Joshua, you are asking the wrong question. The issue is not whether I am on your side. The issue is whether you are on mine. God is not obligated to endorse everything we call our side. He is not a mascot for our preferences or a stamp of approval for our plans. He does not exist to validate our ambition. He is holy. He is sovereign. He is Lord. Exodus 32:26. Who is on the Lord's side? That is the question, not whose side is the Lord on, but who is on the Lord's side. We often want God to join our side, but true faith means we leave our side and join His. When your will and His word disagree, you choose. When your feelings and His command disagree, you choose. When your plans and His purpose disagree, you choose. When come till He quirks disagree, you choose. When comfort and obedience disagree, you choose. Joshua could not defeat Jericho until he first surrendered to the Lord, and we will never walk in spiritual victory while trying to make Jesus follow us. Matthew 12:30. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. There is no neutral ground when it comes to the lordship of Christ. We are either surrendered or resistant, following or fighting, bowing or bargaining. You choose whose side you are on. All you choose is fight over your way. Joshua 5:2-15. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship, and said unto him, what saith my Lord unto his servant? Loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place wherein thou standest is holy. And Joshua did so. Joshua came to Jericho ready for a battle plan.
But before God gave instructions for the city, God required surrender from the man. Before Joshua could lead Israel or Rome, Jericho, he had to bow before the captain of the Lord's host. Before he could see walls fall, he had to fall on his face. Joshua had to learn that God's way includes God's plan, God's planning, and God's authority. God's plan for Jericho would not make sense from a military scatterpoint. March around the city, do not attack, do not rush. Do it once a day for 6 days, then 7 times on the 7th day, then shout, and the walls will fall. That was not Joshua's strategy. That was God's plan. And sometimes God's way does not make sense to us because God is not trying to display our wisdom. He is revealing His glory. If Joshua had taken Jericho by military force, people might have praised Joshua's leadership or lose with those strength. But when the walls fell after marching, trumpets, obedience, and a shout, everybody knew God did that. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths. Joshua also had to choose God's timeline. God could have dropped Jericho's walls on day 1. He did not.